Shadow Mewtwo is back. It is the strongest Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and by the end of today, I should have 5 of them. With the start of the Team Go Rocket takeover a couple days ago, we got a new Giovanni special research that leads to an encounter with Shadow Mewtwo. Now, because I left my previous special research on step 1, when the event started, I got the new one. So I have 2 Shadow Mewtwo special research to get through today. We're gonna add those 2 to the 3 that I already have for a total of 5. But first, breakfast. So part of our tasks for today's research is to battle grunts. And of course, there are grunts everywhere because Team Go Rocket is still taking over. But before we get to the research, let's talk about my old Shadow Mewtwo's. The reason that I'm able to have 3 Shadow Mewtwo when it's only been released twice, 3 if you count this time, the reason that I have 3 already when it's only been released twice in the past is because I've stacked rocket radars. So we've talked about this in other videos, but essentially, if you don't use a rocket radar from a Team Go Rocket special research and then wait and use it when the next Shadow Legendary comes out, you can start stacking them up and have at least 2 at a time. That was my plan for this time around because I knew Shadow Mewtwo was coming back, but it seems like there's kind of a new glitch that we just sort of discovered, where if you leave your old Team Go Rocket special research on step 1, you get the new one anyway without having to finish the old one. Now I have a feeling that might get patched or fixed or changed in the future because now we've caught on, and you know Niantic likes to get rid of things once we figure them out. But for the time being, I do have 2 copies of Team Go Rocket special research, both of which are gonna get me a Super Rocket Radar and encounter with Giovanni, and that means I can catch 2 more Shadow Mewtwo today. So let's start with the grunts. Joining me on this sweaty mission to clean up the streets of Singapore, Zoe 2 Dots.
Hello.
Zoe's here for the Safari Zone as well, so we're hanging out today. And I realized I should have done this earlier, but I forgot that the second and third part of the older Team Go Rocket research involves battling grunts. So I started battling grunts for the new research without getting to the part of the old research where I also need to do that task. So between the 2 special research lines, I've got 10 more grunts to battle before we move on. They're everywhere. My 10th and final grunt has brought us here to the bay between 2 icons of Singapore, the Merlion, Marina Bay Sands, and the Safari Zone tomorrow. It's right across the bay at Gardens by the Bay. It's really all I had to say. And now I have this entire battle to do. Defeat 5 Team Go Rocket grunts, done for the 2nd time. So the actual last thing I have to do for this step is purify 5 Pokemon. Let's just choose, we'll do the cheapest ones, 1,000 Stardust each. Now I can move on to the next step, which is gonna involve battling all of the leaders. For Field Notes, the older research, we get a Rocket Radar. And then for the newer research, which has a different name, and you'll see that after this, we get another Rocket Radar. There you go, now that it's updated. Ultra Beast Protection Efforts, Battle Arlo, Cliff, and Sierra. Field Notes, Team Go Rocket, Battle Arlo, Cliff, and Sierra. And since I have these at the same time, I only have to battle them once each. Where's my radar? Look at that. Oh, 3 radars, perfect. Equip, and the leaders they're around. Let's go. So the first Team Go Rocket leader I found, Arlo. For Arlo, this is the team I'm bringing in, but we're just gonna speed through these for the shiny checks. If you wanna learn more about the current Team Go Rocket leaders lineups, check out the video up here. Zoe, which side does it come up on? This side. There's a video with everything you need to know.
Oh no, I'm wrong, sorry.
Zoe said this side. She said both sides, either side. Shadow Mawile shiny check. Nope, there's another Team Go Rocket leader. It's over there. Let's go find out who. That's not what I needed. Well, the bad news is I've found 3 Arlo and no one else, but the good news is it's lunchtime. In case you were gonna comment, what's the best thing to do in Singapore? I'm gonna save you the trouble right now. It's eat. It's eat, it's the food. The cost of living, the cost of everything in Singapore is incredibly high, except for food. It's cheap. Go to a hawker center, you can get anything. There's so much food. All kinds of different regions of China, Indonesia, Indian food, Malaysian food. It's just, it's the best. It's the best place to come and eat in the world. So we've got a cluster of Team Go Rocket leaders here, and surely they can't all be Arlo. And they're not, because this first one is Cliff. All right, that's gonna be the crew for Cliff. Let's do this. Honestly, out of the current rotation, probably the one that I would like to have the most. Not necessarily shiny, but like good IVs. I don't think I have a good Shadow Machop still. All right, Cliff, we're done. Shadow Machop, shiny check. Cool. It's weather boosted though. Show me something good here. All right, let's go find Sierra. And last but not least, and also without having to walk very far at all, Sierra, the last Team Go Rocket leader. There's a team for Sierra. Wish me luck. Okay, changed my mind. The Shadow Shiny I want the most is actually Sableye. It was never gonna happen first try. But that means I've defeated all the leaders and I can claim all these rewards. And now for both special research lines, the task, find, battle, and defeat the Team Go Rocket boss, Giovanni, and I have 2 Super Rocket Radars in my inventory, which means I could complete both special research while only using up one of those radars. And that means I could stack that and save it for a future Shadow Legendary. But like we've talked about so many times, Shadow Mewtwo is the strongest attacker in Pokemon Go. So I want to use both of those today and get this Shadow Mewtwo. Let's equip it. Let's see where the Giovanni and maybe Decoy Grunts are. Wow, they are really spread out. All right, Zoe, we're going for a walk.
I'm too sweaty.
Here he is. It only took 2 tries to find him at the cultural dance mural. He's very cultured. For Giovanni, this is the party. I decided on Hydreigon as a dark type attacker for Shadow Mewtwo. We'll see how it goes, but we'll just run through this real quick, just like the rest of them. Wow, Scratch does a lot of damage, Persian. Ow. All right, let's see how this Hydreigon does against Shadow Mewtwo. Resists Confusion, that's good. Brutal Swing, is it strong enough? It's, all right, that's not bad. Should be able to finish it off. There we go, Giovanni, number 1. Obviously there's no shiny check here, but how are the IVs? 896, is that good? Guess we'll find out. Boom, first ball, easy. And show me something. Oh. That might be my worst one yet. It's very bad. It's very bad. But because it's still a Team Go Rocket takeover right now, I am going to immediately, before I forget, get rid of frustration on this. Done. So technically I've finished my special research now for both of them. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna finish the Ultra Beast protection efforts, the new one, first. So you sent Giovanni home with his tail between his legs. Giovanni's a furry. Professor just confirmed it. I can imagine him in like Persian cosplay. And now I'll finish up Field Notes, the older Team Go Rocket special research. Both special research done, but we're not finished because I still have another Super Rocket Radar, which means another chance to find Giovanni and another Shadow Mewtwo. Oh God, Zoe, it's another decoy. It's another decoy. For a city that has probably one of the highest like density levels of Pokestops per square kilometer, there are not a lot of Giovanni around. Like, look at all these Pokestops.
Even the team leaders.
There's 2? There's 2 left? No, okay, there's a few more, but like, those are all far. And when it's hot and humid, they feel even farther. Okay, which way? There's 2 over there.
No.
Sweaty Giovanni check. This is gonna feel better than finding a shiny. Please. Oh, here we go again.
I will eat my own hat if it is.
This next one is like, I mean, there's one more, but we're so far from where we started. We're so far from where we're staying. Please. Oh, I can't even reach it yet. Okay. Okay. I can reach it. It is. Oh, thank God. Oh, now I just have to find a place to not be in the middle of the street while I do this. What is Giovanni doing all the way out here in the suburbs? All right, let's run it back. Sweating in the Suburbs, my new emo band. Second Shadow Mewtwo for today. Is it better than 896? It is, but not by much. Oh, I don't think it's gonna have very good IVs. Should have waited for a weather boost to do this. There's my tip for you. Do this during a windy weather, if you can. All right. Hey, look, 2 Shadow Mewtwo in one day. This one's IVs. Oh, I just use a charge TM. You know, at the end of this, after all this sweat and these 2 terrible IVs, I feel like maybe I should have just saved these radars for Shadow Rayquaza whenever that happens. But, as promised, we're ending the day with 5 Shadow Mewtwo, and none of them better than the one that I've already powered up. I have this 3-star, 15 attack. I shouldn't have been greedy, but hey, what are you gonna do? You have an opportunity to get the strongest attacker in Pokemon GO. I think you should take it. If you want to learn more about stacking Super Rocket Radars so you can get multiples of a Shadow Legendary, check out this video. If you want to learn more about the Team Go Rocket leaders and what Pokemon they have right now, check out this video. And I'll see you in the next one for Singapore Safari Zone. It's gonna be fun.